Chronic diseases like asthma and diabetes are on the rise. Could C-sections be to blame? Hey guys, Julia here for D News. We've talked a lot about the microbiome here on D News. Researchers think that the bacteria that live in and on us play crucial roles in our lives, and that an imbalance of microbes might lead to chronic diseases. Our first microbes actually come from our moms when we're born, but some kids born via C-section are missing out on those microbes. This is because the C-section procedure, or cesarean section, is when a baby is delivered through a surgical incision in the mother's abdomen and uterus. And because these babies are not going through the vagina, the important microbes, or researchers call them natural primordial bacteria, are not transferred to the baby. So that's why doctors are swabbing babies born via C-section with their mother's vaginal microbes in a procedure called microbial transfer. Before the C-section, doctors swabbed the mother's vagina with a sterile gauze. Then 2 minutes after the birth, the baby will be thoroughly wiped all over with the microablating gauze. In a small study published in the journal Nature Medicine, scientists reported the results of such procedures. The researchers looked at the microbe makeup of 18 babies a month after birth. 7 were delivered vaginally and 11 were born via C-section. And 4 of those who were born via C-section received a microbial transfer. The researchers found that those 4 babies had skin, gut, anal, and oral microbe makeup similar to babies born through vaginal birth. One of the authors of the study, Rob Knight, believes that before this kind of surgery, every surviving mammal that was delivered into the world was essentially coated in its mother's vaginal community, so it makes evolutionary sense that these microbes could play a vital role in our health. Babies need microbes because they train our immune system to fight disease and recognize what is harmful and what is harmless. An untrained immune system can be overly sensitive and react to benign substances like pollen and dust, which can lead to asthma. And without the initial mixture of mom's microbes, our gut microbes can get out of balance, leading to ulcerative colitis. And without these microbes, our metabolism could be altered, leading to obesity. Basically, your mom is helping you out from the start by passing these microbes to you. And these kind of chronic diseases are on the rise, as are the rates of cesarean sections. C-section births in the United States rose by over 25% in the last 50 years. So if you're one to make leaps of logic, you might get where I'm going here. Although correlation does not necessarily mean causation. A study published in the journal Clinical and Experimental Allergy found that infants born through C-section were a whopping 20% more likely to develop asthma later in life. And a study published in the British Medical Journal found that kids who were born via C-section had a higher obesity rate of 19.4% versus the obesity rate among kids delivered vaginally, which is 15.8%. So maybe microbial transfers can curb the rise of some of these chronic diseases. While the first study was small, a new study is in the works that will follow 75 babies a year after birth, with plans for an even larger study following 1,200 children for at least 3 to 5 years. So really what I'm saying is, more research is needed. If you love microbes as much as I do, why don't you start your own website at ilovemicrobes.co or magnificentmicrobes.com. Check out those available domains and more over at domain.com. No domain extension will help you tell your story like a .com or .net domain name. And because you watch D News, you can get 15% off domain.com's names and web hosting by using the code DNews when you check out. So what does bacteria do for us? Find out how these little guys do some very important work in this episode right here.
I don't like thinking about it actually, it grosses me out, but all of these microbes serve important purposes. They help us digest and process certain foods. They can help us fight off depression. They've been linked to both causing and helping anxiety and autism.
Got any questions about medical mysteries? Leave them down in the comments below. Don't forget to hit those like and subscribe buttons and keep coming back to D News. We've got new episodes every day of the week.